Hello. Sorry, I was yawning.
So, by the time this episode finally airs, it
Mhm.
will be meteorological fall. And really, in my house, that's the only thing that matters.
What
Like,
is meteorological fall?
so with meteorology, instead of doing like the actual solstices or whatever for season starting,
Mhm.
you start the first day of that month. So
Ah,
technically, fall starts September 21st,
yeah, something like that.
but September 1st is the first day of meteorological fall.
Yay.
December 1st is the first day of winter. Um, March is the first day of fall. And
Spring.
then spring, yes, thank you. And then May or June? June.
April, May. It'd be June.
Yeah. June is the first day of summer. So, like, we could go by like the 21st of the month, but why? Why would we do that? Why would we put off joy and happiness?
And pumpkins.
Yes. It is August 29th at this recording, so still
Mhm.
a couple of days before fall.
But it is beautiful here outside. It feels
Can't
like fall.
wait.
It was 59 degrees when we went to go milk this morning. It was lovely. And there was mist. I love it
Oh,
when there's like a cool, misty morning. It's the best.
but you know what they say, fogs in August. The number of fogs you have in August is the number of snows you have in winter.
Yes. That can't be right.
It's not, but
There's no way
they
that's right.
say it. It's not. Shane's checked several times.
Because I was gonna say we never get that many fogs in August, but we always get more snows than I think we've had fogs in August
We are the
this year.
opposite. We always have more fogs than we do snows.
I think we have more snows. Not that they all stick, but I think we have more snows than fogs. Unless, like, if you were living on the river, like we live up on a bluff. If you live down the river, you would have a fog every day in August. There's a lot of fog on the river.
We decided tonight after dinner, Shane cooked a wonderful like hibachi dinner. It was great. But
Jelly. I
while
love those noodles he makes.
oh yeah, while we were eating dinner, I got a news alert, which is weird. First of all, like I
You
love
get news
fall.
alerts?
Do I get news alerts sent to my phone from a couple of different places? But one of them was like, "Hey, to promote their new fall flavors, Dairy Queen is going to be doing like 89-cent blizzards for 2 weeks, and it starts September
All of them?
11th." Well, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe.
We have one in Madison.
Well, I told Shane about it and he was like, "Oh my gosh, now I really want a blizzard. Like, even if it's not the fall blizzards, I really want a blizzard." And so we were going to go out and get one. And then we were like, the baby is already in his diaper because we had
Uh-huh.
hibachi for dinner.
Uh-huh.
He was
Yep.
wearing a white shirt. Um, I was like, I don't want to dress him again and
Yeah.
go out in the rain. Let's DoorDash that. Thanks. And when I got on there, they already have their fall menu out.
Oh
And
my goodness.
so I got a snickerdoodle cookie dough blizzard, and it was phenomenal. And just before it got here, I had to go put on my favorite sweatshirt. And then, like, Shane is eating Reese's peanut butter cup blizzard. That's also their new fall flavor. It's wonderful. The baby got his very first dilly bar.
Hmm.
He danced and very
Billy bars
loudly
for the
thanked
win.
the driver. It was adorable. But about this sweatshirt, Diana, drop everything now. And out of nowhere, on the anniversary of the original album release, Amazon Prime drops a trailer for Look What You Made Me Do, a movie directed by Taylor Swift.
So is it like a full-length movie, or are we talking like a music video movie?
Full-length movie. Ashley Benson's in it. There were other people. Nobody else matters when Ashley Benson is in something. I'm so freaking excited about this.
Just
Like,
so our listeners are aware, Amanda's the Swiftie, Diana's just along for the ride, and I just get excited about what she tells me to get excited about because I have no clue. I also don't know who these people are she's talking about. Like she has to remind me frequently the whole Swiftie story, and I'm like, oh yeah, yeah, okay, wasn't he the dude that was terrible to her? Like I have to be reminded of things pretty regular.
when we went to the gym the last time together, the song that pumped me up on the way there was a song about a particular John Mayer. And I couldn't wait to explain everything to Diana. And then on the way back, I was like, now let me tell you about Jake Gyllenhaal.
I got all the dirt, got all the tea.
Yes. But here we are, man. I just know all of her songs all too well. It's a thing.
Thanks for the gym
Anyway,
music.
it is. Love it. Anyway, that is my soapbox.
Mm-hmm.
Is we need to start getting caught up on 1989 and Reputation. By the way, this girl, she is a freaking mastermind, let me tell you. So the last 2 albums that she's gonna do is Reputation and Taylor Swift. Because when it's all said and done, the thing she needs to take back is her reputation and her name.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me that is not just brilliant.
It's
I
completely
think
planned out.
I think she's a time traveler. Because,
If
like,
she
why
was
would
a
she do
time
Reputation?
traveler, if she was a time traveler, this would be a very different story.
I don't know. I'm not convinced, man. I'm so excited. I love this. I love her. Like, there are a lot of viewpoints that me and Miss Swift don't share.
Mhm.
However, she is one of the most talented artists of all time.
She has a really huge spectrum of styles that she is very skilled at singing and writing and playing. Like she's able to
Yeah.
do all of them. And um, oh, I have 3 of her songs actually that I've purchased and downloaded, which is shameful compared to Amanda's entire libraries. Um, but they're ones that my kids know because I play them because they make me happy. And one is Love Story and one is Best Day, the best day.
Oh, yes.
And I go back to them over and over. And there's one more. Didn't she have a song in Sing?
Probably Shake It Off.
She did in Sing. Yes, Shake It Off. The kids love Shake It Off. They dance like crazy all around the kitchen. So those are the 3 Swiftie songs that I have.
We should have, I believe, I'll have to look to see. I'm wearing her entire discography so far. I'm pretty sure Best Day was from her Fearless album. So we
It
should have a
is.
Best Day Taylor's version.
I haven't looked yet. Me too.
That was one of her first albums that she redone. But anyway, I love her. In other news, I think I'm finally gonna get to go get my hair done.
Mm-hmm.
Finally.
What are you gonna do
And
when you go?
I found this color on Pinterest
Mm.
and it's champagne. And so I think I need a few champagne problems.
Mm.
It's really pretty. It's like a mix between, it's like, well, a mix, but it's like a platinum that
Okay.
still has those warm yellow tones in it.
Okay, nice.
I'll have to show you. Hopefully, it'll be done by the time I come to your house.
That would be amazing. Amanda's coming to
But
my house. Amanda's coming to my house. Well, actually,
I'm
we're
so excited.
coming here and then we're going to the zoo.
Yes,
Not the zoo.
I can't wait. Anyway, that was a 12-minute
Oops.
discussion that had nothing to do with this episode. Welcome, everyone, to what Chris and Shane live with.
Uh-huh. On the regular.
Yeah.
We have all of our little rabbit trails and goose hunts and yeah. They're valuable. We learn things.
They are. Sometimes. Sometimes we learn that one's a little crazy.
We're both a little crazy. Not sure who you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. But like we learn a new issue. It's fine. It's what makes us us. So this is our September catch-up episode. Discussing everything we've done in August, which for me has not been much.
Is that what we're doing?
Isn't that what you text me?
I thought that we were doing the summer review and what we're looking forward to in fall. Did I get them flopped?
Oh, my bad.
Sorry.
It's not your fault. I read this completely wrong.
I can do catch up. I just have to go get my calendar because I haven't even thought about catch up.
No, it's fine. I may... No. I started to say I may just completely scrap the last 15 minutes of this recording. So, I'm probably not even going to delete that. Welcome to what our
Welcome,
husbands live
folks.
with every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull my notes. Oh my
So
word.
today we were going to be talking about, I think we're going to be talking about a review of our summers and what we look forward to doing this fall. And while Amanda's finding her notes, we have a full moon here this week. And it is the second full moon in August, which makes it a blue moon. And not only is it a blue moon, it is also our third supermoon of the year. So I stand with you. How's that sign go that Katniss makes? All of our mental health workers, all of our people in school, all of our people in nursing, all of our people in nursing homes. May the odds be ever in your favor this week, folks, because it's going to be a doozy.
You just explained everything about this week for me.
And it's coming up on Thursday, so it's going to get worse until Thursday, and then it'll get slightly better for the next couple of days. But it'll last like tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday will be the height of all of this stuff.
Well, I would say we're almost out of the woods, but no, we're not.
So still got a few days to go through. It'll get better. But at least you have something to blame now.
Yeah. So I'm going to blame everything, like the discussion, my change in treatment. Yeah, like I had to change my treatment plan for the very first time in the 3 years that I've had a therapist.
Your treatment plan with Alex?
With Alex? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, let's get this whole episode back on track. It is almost fall, y'all. I
Oh
can't wait. Like I've
my
already
God.
said, we are a couple of days away from meteorological fall at the recording. It will be fall by the time this comes out.
Mm.
Um, I am like, I have loved this summer. It has been such a good summer for the most part. Like the whole death thing, I'm
Mhm,
done with. Thank
mhm,
you. I've had my
mhm.
share. Um, but I have tried my best to fully live in the moment during the summer and fully embrace Taylor this summer as we got my favorite album on the July 7th. So still on track. Look at us. Look at me. Just circling everything right back to Tay Tay. Um, but I am so super excited for the changing of seasons, except for winter. I hate winter, is what it is. But it just feels like such a nice reset. You have new goals, new plans, new hopefully weather. I love it. And fall especially is just so stinking fun, man. Like
I
I
love
love it
fall.
dearly. But I thought it could be fun to do a reflection of summer and discuss our upcoming plans.
Mhm.
So I know that we have done catch up episodes like every month, and we've hit like the details, hit the high points of the things that we've done this summer. But I wanted to get a little bit more broad and reflective on the events. So Diana, what would
Yeah.
you say is your least favorite thing that you have done this summer?
So it's there's a couple of things that are really mixed. Um, one of them is I have had the hardest time I've had any year with my garden this year. And usually the garden is like a highlight for me. It's like, yay, we get to do garden, we get to have tomatoes, we get to have all this produce. And I don't know if it's the wildfires they've been fighting in Canada. I don't know if it's just how late I got my garden out because I did get my garden out late this year. I don't know if I don't know what it is, if it's my attitude, if we just had a weird summer, what it is, but our garden just has not been as productive this year. We had a really hard time getting it going. Had to replant my beans 3 times. My tomatoes got out late. I feel like nothing germinated properly this year. I feel like we had really poor germination and growth rates with a lot of our food and flowers. And that's kind of one of the worst things. Um, Another one that's like a bittersweet. It's not full on bad. It's just kind of bittersweet. My oldest has full on no questions surpassed me in height. He's been threatening to do it since about January when he turned 11, but there's no question. Like he's like a half a head taller than me now. And he grew so fast. Usually we get away with buying them shoes that are just a little bit big at the beginning of summer and then don't have to buy them again until fall. He grew so fast that he grew out of the spring shoes or the summer shoes in a month and a half. Like not just they're a little tight, he busted out of them, people. Like completely busted out of the shoes. So we had to get him full new tennis shoes and rubber boots and all of it. Had to get all new shoes. That's not happened before, but he's just growing so fast. And some days it's really cool. Obviously, this is the point of parenting, right? Is to raise humans and to raise independent people and people who are grown-ups. And then a whole lot of other days, though, I'm like, where did my squishy little boy go? Can I have him back, please? And like, don't get me wrong, he's still fantastic. He is not mouthy like I'm worried that teenage years will be. He has some moods, but not really. Like it's just he looks like teenager. Not a teenager yet, but he looks like a teenager.
He sounds like a full-grown man.
He does. He does.
It's
His voice has
terrifying.
changed. His voice is already changing, and he didn't do the like squeaky thing. Like I remember my brother's doing the like squeaky then low, squeaky then low. He's not, he just went low really quickly. Like between when Amanda saw him right before Christmas, was it after, whatever that was, and then our next visit in March. It just happened in a matter of months.
But it was between March and July.
Mhm.
We were recording an episode, like you guys had come to visit in March, and I was like, oh, like he's tall, but he's still a little kid.
Mhm.
And then we were doing a recording one day and he came in and I was like, who is that? Because that, I don't know that voice. Ah,
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
he came up and hugged me from behind in the kitchen last week, and I had like 2 seconds of panic of who is this strange man hugging me? Because the angle was all wrong. Like I was like, this is not my son, and this is not my husband because this is not my husband's hand. Like, who is this strange man hugging me? I was, no, this is my son.
Bless him.
So I'm very like that's bittersweet for me. It's really great because he's cool. It's really awful because he's huge. I'm like, no, I'm not ready. Those are my worst parts. Oddly enough, Garden and Ebb being gigantic. Also,
Yeah.
with like the whole Canadian fire smoke stuff, we had a lot of issues with that here this summer. I don't know how it was for you guys because you're a little further south from us, but we had lung issues, we've had sinus issues, and I really think they've all been compounded and made worse by all of the smoke that came down from the Canadian wildfires.
We all got like a cold.
Hmm.
So it was similar to COVID, but not COVID. Like we all got the cough, and we all got a lot of sinus issues,
Yeah.
but none of us ever got like the body aches and the fevers and stuff like that that comes with COVID. But it was rough. But like, yeah, we weren't impacted nearly as badly as Indiana was. Um, for me, my least favorite thing that happened this summer was that E graduated to the next level in his swim class.
Mhm.
And like I so love seeing him grow. And he is so much fun and I love having the conversations that we get to have now.
Yes.
But
And they get better. They get so
yeah,
much better.
but we all know that like I love the water. And I loved every single second of getting into that pool with him every week. And the last class that I was in with him, I held it together and I was emotional, but I was fine. And as we were getting out of the pool, bless her heart, like I probably would have done the same thing, but the coach wanted me to realize like this is it and this milestone's over and like this is a big deal for him and like appreciate this time that you've had with him, but look forward to what's happening. And she's like, okay, E, it's been a lot of fun and you've had a lot of fun with Mama. You've made a lot of progress. But this is the last time you're going to be in the pool with Mom for a swim class. So do your last 10 count, and then you can both get out of the pool. Or you can both exit the pool, I guess is how she said it. And I was like, okay. And I still managed to mostly hold it together until I
Uh-huh.
got into the dressing room. And Shane had come in with me because he got to be there for it. And so he always come in to let me change while he changed E. And he couldn't for a minute because he had to just hold me because I was crying so hard.
Mhm.
And I cried like all the way out the door. So the next class we go to, I'm still not handling it well. But
So E is still going to classes, just to clarify, but you won't
yes,
be in the water doing the classes with him.
he has been independent since the last week of June. And I walked in, like, I walked him over to the pool entrance, and he's just like, "Mama, come on." I was like, "Oh, no, buddy, you're gonna go with them. Mama's gonna go sit down with daddy, and you're gonna go with them." And he goes, "Mama, please." And he starts crying, and I'm just like, "You're gonna have to take him. I can't hand him off. You're gonna have to take him from me." I'm gonna cry thinking about it. And they do,
Amanda.
like, it was a sweet teenage boy, and, like, it needed to be that sweet teenage boy, but he takes him from me, and the whole time he's looking at me through the glass going, "But mama, mama, please, I wanna swim." It was hard. And then the next week, he cried after me again. And then the next week, he stopped crying after me. We have to take a break for vacations and illnesses and all the other stuff going on. And when we go back, the crying is even worse. So I still think it's important. And when he's getting one on one time with the instructor, he's not crying. But this is hard. This
Mhm.
is really, really hard to push him to do something independently when I know he wants me by his side. He wants me there with
Right.
him.
Right.
But, like, this is part of growing up, and I'm not leaving him. I'm sitting right
Mhm.
there. But even knowing how, like, he was gonna react to this, I don't think I would do anything differently. Like, I would still do the classes, I would still enjoy it, and that was something else, like, too, I knew this was coming, and so I think for most of his childhood I was talking to somebody else the other day, because we got him differently,
Yes.
and because I had him when I was a little older,
Yes.
I feel like I am at an advantage from most first-time moms
Yes.
where I know to take in every single moment, even the hard ones, even the ones where twice this week, I have had to take him and put him in his room and shut the door and be like, "I can't with you.
Mhm.
This behavior is unacceptable. You
Mhm.
cannot do this. You must be punished. We need to be apart for a minute."
Mhm.
And I've had to take him and just set him down in his room. And part of me kind of expected him to cry after me when I did that. He didn't. He thought it was great. It was a wonderful idea. But anyway,
Nice.
that's my hard summer. Um, what is your favorite thing that you've done this summer
Ooh,
or that's happened?
um, gosh, that's really hard because we've had a good summer. It's been so, so, so full. We've had a good summer. I was talking with Chris about this because I knew the question was coming, and one of the things that we were talking about was we had the best beach trip that either of us can remember in our whole life. And that's saying a lot because both of us have been to different beaches quite a bit throughout our life. But it was seriously the best beach trip that we've had our entire life. And it was just lovely. Like, we loved the beach, we had perfect weather, we got to see things that we've never seen before, we got to do things that we've never done before. Everybody was healthy, we had a great place to stay. Um, it was just so soul filling as well. Like, we got really good family time. I feel like we all got to really rest and really enjoy each other. That was one of our definite highlights of the summer this year. Um, I think another highlight for me kind of is another, like, a kind of a bit of a bittersweet thing because it's the kids growing up. But this was Evie, my middle. It was her first year in 4-H, and she worked so hard with our dog Ember to get her ready for dog obedience and for dog agility. And to see her follow through with that when it was really hard, especially obedience. She was so nervous, and I thought for a little bit she might throw up. Like she was just that nervous. And then for agility, she did so good in that, and she got to go to state fair this year. And Eb, of course, he did great too. So that was a highlight, was seeing them just excel at something they've worked so hard at. Um, and then I think we already talked about this in our catch up, but my middle also turns 10 this year. I have two double digits, which is just weird. Um, but she has been asking for a thing with motor and wheels 3 years,
Mm.
every birthday, every Christmas, and it's not been in the budget. And we saved and saved and saved, and my parents helped, and so we got to get her a thing with motor and wheels. And that has to be the most satisfying gift I've ever given in my life.
The video of her receiving it is just priceless. I've watched it like 3 times. I had to
I
show
still cry.
Shane.
Yeah, I still cry. She just is, she's overwhelmed by it and pumped by it. And I swear to you, she has ridden it every single day, except the very hottest, like 3 or 4 days that we've had since she got it. One of the first things she does, she gets up in the morning and she goes and she starts it up and tools off on her little 4-wheeler. So those are some of the highlights. We've had a really good summer, but those are some of the highlights for this summer.
I love it. I love it. I mean, I felt like I was a highlight, but whatever.
I mean, yeah. Pretty
My
sure I read
most
your list and I'm not on your list either. So take that.
I have the ability to change my list.
You're gonna make
Um,
me blush, and now we have video and people can see it. Jeez Louise.
I love it. Your chest is as red as
It's
your hair.
flush. It's
I love it.
completely flush. Miss
Um,
Diana blushing, folks. There you go. You're welcome.
oh man, we need to make that the TikTok clip and send it to the guys and let all of them be like, "Oh, we know what this looks like."
They're very well acquainted. They're very well acquainted with making Diana blush.
But my most favorite thing that has happened this summer is that E has started asking for loves. So when he falls or gets hurt, like I don't want to freak out and be like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. Let me check you out. Because then he's gonna freak out. But I've also always kind of hated the "you're okay" statement.
Yeah.
Because like, no, that's if they are hurt, if they're hurting,
Hmm.
like they may not have a life-threatening issue. However, they're not okay, and that's teaching them to accept
Dismiss their
like
feelings.
pain is supposed to be normal. Like I'm just overreacting. So I don't like that either. So anytime he's fallen or gotten hurt, we say, "Are you okay? And do you need love?" And we kind of let him make that decision. And sometimes the answer is I'm okay, I don't need love. Sometimes it's him running to us. But one morning we were in the kitchen making his breakfast and he slipped and bumped his head. And of course, like I'm asking if he's okay. And like, since he did hit his head, I'm kind of feeling to make sure like there's not a pop knock already coming up or anything like that. And while I'm checking on him, he immediately starts blowing me kisses and going, it's like, do you want mama to give you loves? Do you want mama to kiss your head? And he goes, and so like that's happened a few times since then. And it's just the cutest thing. And I love it. um About a week after that, we were in the living room and I was like really, really stressed and overwhelmed. And I asked if Shane could just give me a hug. And he immediately ran over, climbed between us and starts like hugging each of our legs and pushing us apart. And so like we bend down and we pick him up. And once we got him like up between us, he starts going,
Right here, both of you at once. Come on. Come on.
he has done that about once a week since. Like anytime he sees me or Shane stand even a little bit too close to each other, he is like, no, I should be in between them and they should be kissing me.
Mhm.
So that has just been so sweet and so wonderful. And then there's the whole termination of parental rights thing, but that is going to be part of a much bigger conversation later.
My gosh.
And also, there was an Eidlin visit that I really, really enjoyed.
Cheater. Such a cheater. Oh. On that Evelyn visit, Shane got the kids their first ice creams from an ice cream truck.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I said the summer was awesome. We had a great summer.
Yeah. Um, what are you looking forward to the most over the next few months?
Everything. There's so many things. We do a lot of like, um, we have a lot of annual traditions now. Like we've been at this parenting thing for 11 years. We've lived in the same place for about 10 years now. And so we have a lot of annual traditions, and there's a lot of them in the fall. Um, just I don't know why, there's just more things to do in the fall. So one of the ones that isn't a tradition yet, but I kind of want it to be, but I'm really pumped about is there's a huge Renaissance Fair festival in Ohio, and it happens in fall. And we're going with a couple of our friends that are local here, and we're going to go in September. Very excited. You can come.
One, why was I not invited in the original plans? And two,
Um,
what friends?
one, yes, you are invited. And two, they are fantastically nerdy. You would love them.
Probably.
Um, the husband dressed up as, oh, I think his name is Angus from, the Princess Merida, her dad. He dressed up as Angus for Halloween one year because one of his daughters wanted to be Merida. And so and he made his own costume. He had the beard, he had the hair, everything. It was fantastic. And their oldest daughter, she does awesome, like, um, assembles her own costumes for Halloween and things like this. And the last year, she was a pirate, but she had like a lot of really custom pieces for her pirate outfit for Halloween. Uh, so it's going to be fun to get to go with them. And so that's coming up this fall. That's in September. In October is the Salt Festival. And we've been going to the Salt Festival in Kentucky for, gosh, five or
As long
six
as I've known
years.
you.
A really long time. We've been going for a really long time. So that's kind of a tradition. I am very impatiently waiting for Goalie's apple cider. Hey, cannot wait. Goalie's apple cider. It just makes my fall every year to be able to have it and have it warm. I'll have it cold. I'll have it mold. I'll have it all the ways. I'm very excited about the apple cider. We are going to be going to the Smiths in the end of October for Halloween, which is also a tradition for us now. Uh, Hopefully we're going to go camping at least once this fall. We didn't get to go this summer, and all of our family want to camp somewhere, even if it's just in our yard. We're going to try to go at least once. And then you guys know by now how nuts I get about my pumpkins. Um, and I can't wait. I'm just pumped. I'm just so pumped because I'm gonna get to pick them all out. That was another disappointing thing. I thought I was gonna get to grow some pumpkins this year, and we never were able to do it. It was so weird. None of our pumpkins, either they didn't germinate or they germinated and then it got mega hot and they died.
Yeah.
Not a good garden year. So I am relying very heavily on the growers who sell bulk pumpkins across the river from us, where I can get them so cheap for each. They are fantastic. They bring them in, those great big cardboard boxes that they use for like watermelon.
Mm-hmm.
Have boxes that size of each kind of pumpkin or gourd, and I can get the coolest pumpkins for like $2 and $2.50 and $5 a piece.
I
I get
started to
most of them.
say we need to meet halfway at Eckert's Orchard this year. But yeah, they cannot compete with those prices. But you can pick your own apples and do a hayride.
Hmm. Hmm.
I was hoping to
Kids
stop
love
by
doing that.
Eckert's on the way back home from visiting you this weekend, and I don't know why, because my husband would not have allowed me to buy a pumpkin. Like, the weatherman is very specific about when I can and cannot have a pumpkin.
I don't know why.
The
Starbucks
first
has
year
declared it pumpkin season already, so who is he to argue with Starbucks?
the first year we were married, I guilt tripped him into letting me get a pumpkin because, like, I only have one memory of carving a pumpkin,
Mm.
and I was like, "I am a white girl in fall. Go get me a pumpkin, and we will carve it, and it will be our family tradition. Don't you like traditions?" And, like, I mean, we're talking, like, this is 2 weeks after we're married, and he was like, "It is too hot for a pumpkin. 1, no one's gonna see it." I was like, "I don't see it." And he's like, "Okay, it's going to rot immediately." And I was like, "You don't know that. You just don't want me to be happy."
You're so
Well, he
Lisa.
he goes and gets me pumpkins, and they lasted 2 days before we had to trash them. So now I try to listen about when I can have mums and pumpkins, because I also won't water mums when it's hot.
Mhm.
So, there's that. Um, I made these notes before I had full information. And I said, I'm looking forward to adoption, but that's a different story for later.
It is a different story for later.
It's getting longer
We're
and longer this
still
weekend.
looking forward to it.
Yes.
Still looking forward to it. But
Um,
I have, I have a list of people.
but other than that, I'm excited to get back to December. Like, I love the entire month of December. Like, y'all just know, I celebrate like Christmas in November. We November 1st is Christmas season. I
No,
have
it's not.
friends.
It's not.
I have friends that put out Christmas trees in September. Okay. I have
I'm not one of them, if you're wondering, listeners. That's not me.
my cake lady named her dog Blitzen and keeps a cutout of Will Ferrell as Elf up in her living room all year long. So, like, I don't go that hardcore Christmas, but I've got so much going on. So, like, Christmas season is the first week of November up until like 2 days before Thanksgiving. We take a 3-day break for Thanksgiving, and then it's Christmas again. We start watching the Christmas movies. I will decorate for Christmas inside and out. I love it. I start listening to Christmas music. Diana has been blessed to be with me on November 1st
Hmm.
last year, and she
Hmm.
knows it was a discussion.
It was an issue.
Someone told me that I was over commercializing a holiday. And I like, because they said something about like, just because it's November 1st,
I
just
remember now. I
like, just because
remember
it's
now.
November 1st doesn't mean it's Christmas. Everybody needs to calm down. Put your put your Christmas trees away. And I was like, no, no. If you get 2 months for spooky season, I get 2 months for Christmas. And then they're like, I know might be trying to come across as if I'm joking, but I'm really not. I'm dead serious. You're just over commercializing a holiday. I read that just before we went to the gym, and I don't know that I have ever gone as hard at the gym before in my life. I was
Just
raging in the
rage
car.
working out. She was the person who said that was very lucky they weren't actually present.
Oh my gosh, I was so mad. I was so mad because, like, who am I to tell you what you can enjoy and what you can put out in your house?
Right.
I don't have to live with you to see it.
Mhm.
I don't care. Even Shane, I do have to live with Shane. I do have to see his stuff. And I encourage the nerdiness as long as I don't have to see it in my living room.
Mhm.
Find another space for it. Have
Well,
fun.
because he lives there too.
Yeah,
It's his house too.
yeah. But, like, if someone finds something that makes them happy and it doesn't make you happy and you don't like it, guess what, everyone?
And it's
You
not
can
hurting
keep
anybody.
going. Yeah, like, it's not harmful. I want a Christmas tree. But, like, also
Also,
December.
it's your music. You're
Yeah,
allowed to listen whatever you want to listen to, whenever you want to listen to it. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas on one of my quote unquote happy playlists because it makes me happy. And I
yes.
listened to it last week. And the kids were rolling their eyes but still jamming out with me. So who was right? I was right. Thank you very much.
But, like, also, if you think about it, if I don't start in November, when in the world am I gonna do this? Because my
Well, your
December
December
is
is nuts. Nuts.
so I have a birthday in December. My brother has a birthday in December. E has a birthday in December. We have Christmas. It's busy. And then I know I don't have to do this. I know I don't have to do this. But I give E 2 birthday parties a year. And I do that. That way it's convenient for both sides of the family. I don't want either side of the family to have to drive more than an hour and a half to get to a celebration just because of where I chose to live. So,
I have
and
feelings.
it's and like it's fun for me too.
Yeah,
And
you
I
enjoy it. You enjoy
yeah,
planning the party and having the party and getting to see everybody. And it's not that it's not that it's a big like an extra burden kind of. I mean, it is more work, but
yeah,
you enjoy it.
I do. I really, really enjoy it. So, like the first year we had the same theme. Last year we had 2 different themes, and I really, really enjoyed it because then I didn't have to fully commit to any one thing. So the first year was E's World
Mhm.
because he was obsessed with Elmo. And then for year 2, he loved tractors and school buses. So we
Mhm.
had a tractor party with my family because we lived like closer to farms. And then we had the school bus party with Shane's family because we had access to the day of his party, let him ride a school bus. And it just made sense that way. This year, I think we're gonna do Thriosaurus Rex for
Nice.
Shane's family. And then for my family, I think we're gonna do a banjo birthday.
Yes, I
And
want him to learn how to play banjo. I feel like I'm too old to learn how to play banjo, but I love banjo.
he's getting a banjo. And I found him a teacher. So I'm super excited about that. But also, like, we have the 2 parties. We have his actual birthday, and I make big plans for him for his actual birthday. We spend a whole day that's all about him and only him. But then we also have me and my birthday. And so I have a family dinner with Shane's family and a family dinner with my family. And then also our family celebrates. And so right there, 6 days that are taken.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got Christmas with 4 families. And so, like, I love it. Don't get me
5
wrong.
counting years.
Yeah, I wouldn't change anything about it. I don't complain about it ever. It's busy, but for me, it's a really, really happy busy,
Mhm.
and I love it, and I know that not a lot of people could live this lifestyle,
Nope.
but that's part of why I start celebrating early, so I can make sure I get all of the things in. So, there's that.
So Amanda's not really looking forward to fall. She's looking forward to Christmas.
I like all the things. Like, I love
Uh-huh.
all fall, but
Uh-huh.
then I love Christmas. Have I told you what we're doing for Halloween?
No. Well, no, yeah, you told me what he picked, but I can't remember now.
He wants to be Bobby Osborne from the Osborne Brothers. And when I asked him, he points to the picture and because like I have a collage, and he
Mhm.
goes, "Is that Rocky Top?" I was like, "Yes, yes, that's who that is." And he goes, "E is Rocky Top." It's like, "Yes, you are
Mhm.
indeed." I don't know
Mhm.
if you've seen my Facebook post, but this morning, well, afternoon, it was lunchtime, he kicked me out of his bedroom. He asked to
Mhm.
eat lunch in his room so he could watch Pig in a Pen. I can't say it too loud in case he hears me over there. And immediately starts freaking out, demanding to watch it. But he likes to see Pig in a Pen by Ricky Skaggs performed live at the Grand Ole Opry. And so there's just a playlist that YouTube puts together. And as soon as the song starts playing, he's like, "Okay, bye, get out." And I go back in to check on him later because, like, why did I get kicked out of his room? What is he doing that
Mhm.
he's kicking me out? And when I go
Mhm.
in, he's sitting there with a chicken nugget that has been dipped in ketchup, just going to Alan Jackson and George Strait.
Awesome.
I don't know how I'm raising this. I don't know.
I can't
Anyway,
fault his taste.
yeah, like, I mean, kid's got great taste in music. Sometimes I think he has better taste than me, but there's that. Um, Also, I can't wait to put on the cardigan. This the
I've
the
been
the
shopping for cardigans.
the warm clothing is really
Mhm.
just the best. It's so great. I love
I
it.
have so many more fall and winter clothes than any other season.
Yeah.
And part of it is because my birthday's in late fall. And part of it is I just love the cozy. I
Yes.
love the cozy clothes. They just make me so happy and so comfy and they just, yeah, they make me happy. Speaking of birthdays,
Mhm.
I haven't decided what birthday to do it for yet, but I am determined to have a Hobbit birthday party. Have you seen these? You should,
No,
if
but
you
it
have
makes sense
not,
for you.
if you have not seen it on Instagram, listeners, look up Hobbit birthday parties. There's all these great reels. I desperately want one. And I've decided I'm gonna throw one for myself at some point. And we're just gonna have like a giant table of charcuterie stuff, like all the little finger foods and fun things and desserts, and some kind of campfire and music and dancing. And I might
Yes.
even get like long pipes for all the guys and stuff to make flower crowns for all the girls. And everybody has to come in costume. Like it's mandatory. You have to come in some kind of costume,
Ugh,
preferably dressed like a hobbit in some way. It's gonna be picnic style. We're gonna have blankets all out, and I'm very
It
pumped about it.
it just sounds so enchanted. Part of me says, like, 40. That sounds like an absolute like, a milestone birthday, but then part of me is like, can we do it in November?"
I know, right? I know. A part of me thought this year. I thought I was gonna do it this year, but then I was like, I want to do it big, and I'm
Yeah.
not gonna have enough budget or time to do it big this year because I want to go big. I want to be like, I literally want to have some kind of like party favor to go home with my guests. And I love it when Chris smokes his pipe with a specific tobacco in it. And I was like, how cool would it be to send everybody home with a really long pipe, at least all the guys or whoever wants to, with a really long pipe and the tobacco that I like. Like that be a party favor. And I have issues, you guys.
I
Like
love
what do I
it.
send the girls home with? And like, oh, I'm pumped. I want to do it so bad.
I don't even like the Hobbit stuff, like the Hobbit movies, but, like, I'm 100% behind this birthday.
I am a hobbit. Like I could be a hobbit. I love food. I love naps. I like my comfort. Um, I could be a hobbit. I garden. I take great pride in my garden. Like I could
I could be a
be a hobbit.
hobbit so that I could have, like, first breakfast and second breakfast and
And elevensies and afternoon tea and luncheon and dinner time and supper time and bedtime snack. All of them.
of course, like, because of the season, I'm getting a lot of homeschool memes come up,
Hmm.
and one of them is homeschool kids looking at traditionally schooled kids, but do they know about first breakfast and second breakfast?
Yeah, no, they don't, sadly. There's just stuff. I've always
So
been obsessed with my snacks, so I connect very deeply with hobbits. I was the one in the
yes.
room at college that always had snacks with me, and everybody knew it. They're like, so hey, class mom, can I have snacks, please?
I guess moving on to, like, the
Yes.
last I'm looking at it, I guess it's the last thing that I had to discuss. Do you have any goals for the rest of the year?
Um, well, I saw this on the outline and I was thinking about it and trying to remember what were my goals for the year because I don't remember anymore. So I had to remember, like, go back in my mind and some of my goals I'm working on right now, which was I wanted to master three cheeses.
Mhm.
And depending on how you define cheese, I've already done it. But what I really had in mind was three hard cheeses. So I've already done cream cheese, cottage cheese, ricotta, and fresh mozzarella. Most people, they're cheeses, but they're not a hard cheese. But I feel really good about those, except for the cottage cheese. That's not going well. So I've been learning how to do Asiago, and I have my third wheel in the brine, which just means salt water. So the next one that I want to learn that I'm going to do tomorrow is Gouda. So still working on those goals. Um, I don't know what my third cheese will be yet. There's one that's called I can't say it right, so please don't make too much fun of me. Butter Kaiser.
Oh,
It's a really creamy cheese. And so that's the third one I might make, either that or like an Alpine type cheese. So got the Asiago, gonna make the Gouda. I'm on my list. Um, I really wanted to do more reading with physical books this year. Not happened. Not really. Like I've only read a few physical books and I had a big long list of books that I wanted to read this year. And I really haven't done great with that. So that's one that I would still like to keep working on. I feel like that's going to be a lot easier once we get done the cows and with the garden and those kinds of things and getting food preserved and all that. And then one that I am working on, I wouldn't say I'm great at it yet, but I did want to work on what I'm calling my grandma body. Instead of working on my summer body, I'm working on my grandma body. A lot of women that I talked to who are a season or two ahead of me in life. So I'm looking at 40 soon. I'm going to be 38 this fall. So 40 is right around the corner. And so I've been talking to my friends that are 40 and over about, okay, what do I need to do to get ready? And what's most beneficial and how do you enter this season well? And something that they said over and over and over again, every single one of them was get your body in order now. Like get your muscle mass up, build up your bone density, handle any hormone issues that you know are going on, because all of those things are much harder after 40. It's much harder to get muscle density and growth after 40. It's much harder to make and retain bone density after 40. It's a lot easier to keep something you already have than to build something you don't have. So, as you guys know a little bit, I've been learning how to use machines at the gym, and I've been learning how to lift and work my body differently than I've ever done before. And it has been intimidating, intimidating, but making progress there. So,
Yes.
those are some of my goals: reading, cheese, and gym.
Hey, balance, man. Life's about balance. Um, I my nose itched,
Uh-huh.
and now I'm super focused on the fact that I've talked about Christmas so much that I look like Rudolph. I'm just a little red-nosed reindeer, and I've kept trying to, fix my makeup, and it's just getting worse, so
Stop touching
you're
it.
welcome. Also, we've got, a really nice it's been great fall weather, and so, I'm hearing something that sounds a lot like rain, and I'm really hoping, I could get some really
Mm,
good sleep tonight with some midnight rain, but, that's just a whole other thing.
mhm.
Anyway,
Sleep's so good when it rains at night.
me too.
I
Um,
sleep.
I guess back to the goals. Those are hard.
They are hard.
Um, but I love Rachel Hollis's Last 90 Days movement. So it
Yeah.
basically says to live the last 90 days of the year with just as much intentionality as you do your first 90 days of the year. And the idea is most people will stick to resolutions for about the first 3-ish months before they start to wane off. But if you go at it with the same tenacity starting October 1st, go ahead, use the month of September to make your plans. October 1st, you go at it. Then by the time the new year gets here and everyone's talking about goals and there's all these new planners and stuff, you still you get your tenacity back. And by the time you've gotten through those 90 days, you've already made it half a year in. What's
Mhm.
another half a year? And so I love that. Um, and I've tried to do it the past couple of years. I was more successful last year than I was the year before.
That's good.
But
That's progress.
yeah, so I'm excited for this year. Um, but my goal is I want to lose enough weight by diet and exercise that I can go ziplining in Pigeon Forge in the spring.
Nice.
So I know that that's kind of going into next year a little, but I'm trying to break it down into smaller goals. So I hit the 250-pound mark.
Mhm.
Um, and my goal was to go down a water slide. And then when I had the opportunity, I didn't take the time because I was on the lazy river and I didn't want to get off the lazy river.
I don't
But
blame you. I
we're
prefer
going
lazy river over those slides every day.
we're going to a indoor water park soon. And so I'm gonna do it then. But
You need to do some photo documentation of this journey.
I really do. And, like, I've had
Especially
so
when you
many.
hit your goals, like having someone take your picture at the bottom of the water slide as you come down. How cool would that be to have
Yeah,
documentation of that progress? Like the non-scale
but
victory part of it is so exciting to me for you.
yeah, I'm tearing my house apart. But
Like
by
what happened?
December, I am playing with my external hard drive over here off to the side, and I turned it just right that it knocked some stuff off my desk.
Oh, I
Uh,
didn't hear a thing.
oh, okay, good. Because it was very loud here. But by December 31st, I have the goal to hit 215 pounds. And then I will probably do something smaller once I hit that goal. I don't know exactly what it'll be yet. I haven't decided, but I'll do something small. Um, but then I've thought more about my bigger milestones.
Okay.
So when I hit 150, I want to go parasailing. And when I hit 120, which is the goal, um, I have already gotten a full day of fun planned. I have already started putting money away for it. Um, I like it's gonna be a full day of hair and nails and massage, probably a facial. Like it's gonna be the works. And I can't wait. Um, also, Alex, this beautiful, beautiful therapist of mine,
He's fantastic.
um, she suggested that I start journaling.
Hmm.
And I was like, I agree. That's why I brought this brand new, beautiful self-care journal yesterday. And guess what? I made one of the sections journaling. Look at that. Look at that confirmation. So I want to do that too.
Doesn't she know you don't need any reason to buy journals and notebooks
What?
and pens? We do that on our own without any
Oh,
prompting.
yesterday I had some time to kill in between dinner and my stretch class. And I told Shane, I was like, I think I want to go walk around Books a Million and like not spend anything. Like I don't want to spend any money. That's the goal. I'm trying not to spend money.
Hmm.
And he's like, we know how that works out for you. But I mean, really, look how pretty.
So pretty.
It's gorgeous. I love it.
And it's
And
got different
like,
flowers for the tabs.
yeah. So keep going, keep growing. And that's my why section. So every day I'm going to write down a different, like, my why. Today was, why should I clean the kitchen? And it was so that my family can be healthy and we can have dishes. And also, people won't think we're gross. That's why I need to clean the kitchen. And then when I decide I am having a depressive episode and I'm not cleaning the kitchen today, I can read over my why and be like, oh, yeah, if I don't, Shane will have to, and then I'm gonna feel guilty. So I'd rather just do it and get it over with. Um, grow where you're planted. How
That's my
cute
saying.
is that?
But mine is bloom where you're planted.
Those are my self-care plans. So, and I also have quotes about why each of these things are important. Uh, let good things grow. It's quotes that I needed to hear. I'll write down a different quote every day. Bloom with grace. Like, see, I needed this. It's my gratitude journal. And then grow your own way.
Mhm.
It's my actual journal. And I did all of this last night. And then I met with Alex today. And look at that.
You're on the ball. You're already ahead.
So, anyway, yeah, those are my goals. Um, and I lost my place over here in my notes. Let me just find it.
Can't imagine.
There we go. Um, anyway, um, that's pretty much all I had. I say that as we are an hour and 15 minutes into recording. Yeah, that's it. That's all I had.
I think my husband's asleep on the couch. He went to go watch a show.
Oh no.
Bless him. I was like, one more time, Lucky, we can go back to record in the mornings. He's like, okay, that's good.
Yeah. Oh, bless his heart. Would have, could have, should have, man. Should have just went to bed in your room. Anyway, thank you very much for discussing this with me.
Yes.
And I had a lot of fun. I enjoy like reflecting and planning, but we all know how much I love planning. And honestly, like August just slipped away.
It's already over.
Yeah.
I can't even believe that we're done already. Like,
Yeah.
July was so full. I thought August should be slower. And without looking at a calendar, I can't tell you a whole lot of things I did this month, but it went by a whole lot faster than I thought it was.
Yeah. It has flew by, but I don't feel like I try to intentionally plan like August to be slow because then I know starting mid-September we're just in a run forever and always. We are forever and always in a run starting September. So there's that. But I also hope you guys have enjoyed the story of us and how we aren't always as organized as we want to be. That's really just me. And I misread Diana's text message when she was like, "Hey, we're doing this, right?" And I was like, "Scan, catch up. Yes, that's what we're doing." So sorry. Um, but anyway, I'll stop talking now.
Sometimes when we get tired, we start talking and we can't stop. And we've kind of hit that point because I could
Yeah.
probably start talking and not stop. So, thank you, listeners, for coming along with us and listening to my Swifty bestie over there and for reflecting on us. We'd love to hear if you guys are on Instagram or Facebook. Shoot us a message or comment on one of our posts. Some of the highlights from your summer this year, some of the low times of your summer, and some of the things you're looking forward to coming up. We'd love to hear those things. As always, you can find us on Instagram and Facebook. And I hope that you guys find the beauty in your unvarnished lives this week. We love you dearly. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.